He was too fast, too raw, too unpredictable. When Thierry Henry arrived at Arsenal in 1999, nobody saw a legend. They saw a failed Juventus winger who could not finish. 8 games, 0 goals. Even Arsène Wenger, the man who knew him since he was a teenager at Monaco, must have had doubts. But what happened next changed English football forever. This is the story of a broken boy from the Paris suburbs who became the greatest striker the Premier League has ever seen. Henry grew up in Les Ulis, a tough housing estate south of Paris. His father Antoine was strict, demanding, relentless. He saw football not as a game but as an escape from the concrete and the hopelessness. Young Thierry was fast, painfully fast. But his father never let him celebrate speed. He drilled him on technique, positioning, and finishing. Every missed chance at home was a lecture. Every good performance was met with silence. That relationship shaped Henry. He became a perfectionist who could score a hat trick and still talk about the one he missed. Arsène Wenger found him at Monaco, a skinny teenager with long arms and legs that seemed to move before his brain caught up. He played on the wing, running at defenders with terrifying pace. Juventus bought him in 1999, but played him as a wingback. It was a disaster. Henry looked lost, miserable, and completely out of place in Italian football. 6 months later, Wenger rescued him and brought him to Arsenal. The fee was £11 million. In today's market, that is nothing. Back then, it was a gamble on a winger who could not score. Wenger did something simple but genius. He moved Henry to the center. He told him to run at goal, not away from it. And suddenly, the goals came. Not tap-ins, masterpieces, the flick and volley against Manchester United, the solo run against Tottenham, running the entire length of the pitch, the backheel against Charlton, the curling shots from impossible angles. Henry did not just score goals, he painted them. Every finish was signed with arrogance and elegance in equal measure. The 2003 to 2004 season was his peak. Arsenal went an entire Premier League campaign unbeaten. The Invincibles, 49 games without defeat stretching across 2 seasons. Henry scored 30 league goals. He was unplayable. Defenders knew what he was going to do and still could not stop him. He won the Golden Boot, the Player of the Year award, and finished runner-up for the Ballon d'Or. Many still believe he should have won it. He was the best player on the planet that year. Highbury was his cathedral. He scored 228 goals for Arsenal, becoming the club's all-time leading goal scorer. The bronze statue outside the Emirates Stadium is not just a tribute, it is a confession. Arsenal has never found another like him. In 2006, Arsenal reached the Champions League final against Barcelona. Henry had chances to win it. He missed them. Barcelona won. A few months later, he left for Barcelona. The love story ended in heartbreak. He won the Champions League with Barca in 2009, finally lifting the trophy that had escaped him. But it felt different. It was not the same as doing it with Arsenal. Then there is the handball. November 2009, World Cup playoff. France against Ireland. The tie is level. Henry controls the ball with his hand, not once but twice, before crossing for William Gallas to score. The goal stands. France qualify. Ireland are devastated. The world turns on Henry. He is called a cheat. The reputation he spent a decade building is tarnished. He later admitted it was a mistake and called for a replay, but the damage was done. Even kings have moments they wish they could erase. Henry retired in 2014, leaving behind a complicated legacy. He was artistry and arrogance, elegance and error, immortality and human frailty. The kid from Les Ulis who could not miss eventually learned that even legends sometimes get it wrong. But when you think of Thierry Henry, do not think of the handball. Think of the man who made football look like ballet. Think of the knee slide at the Emirates, frozen in bronze, forever pointing at the sky. The king still watches over his kingdom. If this story reminded you why Thierry Henry will always be the Premier League's greatest, hit that like button and subscribe to Left Foot on the Line. Share this video with an Arsenal fan who still misses the Highbury days. Drop a comment. Was Henry the greatest striker in Premier League history? Who should we cover next? Thanks for watching.